Championship Boxing returns to the Duke City. Legacy Boxing Promotions Noche de Campeones, November 4th at Tingley Coliseum. In the main event, Abraham Hammer Perez battles Luis Villapadilla for the IBA Flyweight Championship of the World. In the co-main event, Aaron Angel Baby Perez faces Rafael Reyes for the New Mexico State Lightweight Championship, plus a stacked undercard featuring some of the top talent from across the Southwest. For tickets, call 505-382-5126.
Welcome to Cage Minds. I'm Mika Frankl. Today I am joined by the Rockstar, Keith Richardson. We have the headliner of BKFC 52, a long time coming to get to fight for a title. How you doing? How you feeling, sir?
Feeling great, ready to go, ready to get to work. I got a mission, and ready to get that strap, baby.
8 wins in a row, bouncing between MMA, boxing, bare knuckle. Is it a point where you're like, I've been playing these regular season games for so long, it just feels good to get to the championship because of this win streak? Like, when am I going to get that recognition?
I've never done it for recognition, but I want the prize at the end. I want that belt. It's for me to have that belt. That's part of the reason why I got into this. I wanted to be the best. I wanted to prove to myself how good I can be when I put in that effort. So it's gonna mean a lot, especially after been a long year. It's been a tough year. So I'm really looking forward to closing it out right.
You own a gym. You have this huge already MMA record. You've done a lot with your life. We've seen service and whatnot. What do you mean put in the full effort? It seems like to me, watching your career and looking at everything you've done, there's been full effort this whole time.
Oh yeah, no. I'm talking about effort over a long period of time. That's a big thing that I teach. The easiest path to achieving your goals is hard work and consistency. I've been putting in hard work consistently. Now it's time to reap all the rewards of years and years and years of work that I put in. I might have only been in this bare knuckle game a year, but everybody could see the work that I've been putting in every aspect of combat sports.
Does it feel like a culmination of what you've done to get this title opportunity?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. This year's been pretty special, especially by bare knuckle standards. The way it looks, like I can have fight of the year, rookie of the year, fighter of the year, champ. Already got 2 knockouts under my belt. I can already break most of the records, like a bunch of records in just 1 year in the sport.
Does it feel like it 2023 we can remember BKFC, the year of the Rockstar?
I'm not going to put those words in your mouth.
But you're making a good case. You put out the evidence. It was factual.
But I think I've put in a lot of effort, a lot of hard work, and I definitely see this being one of the best years of my career so far. I'm never going to put a cap on it, but this year's been pretty special, especially I said I've been going through a lot personally, but it doesn't stop the work that I'm putting in.
What do you attribute to that sort of focus to be able to compartmentalize and separate, like you said, what you're dealing with outside of what we all see here on social media and when you're in that BKFC ring? How are you able to do that, to separate and push forward?
Mostly it's, my 2 big factors have contributed to that. One, my father. He raised me to be a hard worker, stay humble, push through everything. He he made me like, I am who I am because I'm my father's son. He made me who I am. I don't really, I don't really admire anybody. Like, I respect a lot of people. He's the only man that I've ever admired in my life. So, he's definitely one of the biggest factors in that. And then the other, that Marine Corps mindset. I've been through a lot of war. I've seen a lot of bad shit, and guess what? We don't get to sit there and dwell on it because we gotta get right back on mission. I've had to, I've watched, friends die and had to go right back on patrol the next day. Like, you don't have that time to sit there and feel sorry for yourself, or, there's a job that's got to be done. You gotta push through and watch your brother's back. You got to push through and accomplish the mission. And that mindset has stayed with me, and hopefully it always will.
You go through these tough moments and we see you overcome them. I've seen it in your face. You're happy, but we can tell there's still a lot going on. And to see your success is quite a tribute to that strength you have.
Yep. All about the dog. I've got that dog in me.
When you look at this fight, do you think that the dog is going to have to come out to be successful against the champion, against Reggie Barnett?
I'm looking for the best Reggie that he's got. Like, I wanted to. This is a huge moment. I want to earn it. I don't want, like, you almost never see me say, like, I want a war. Like, I'm always ready for a war, but I want the best Reggie Barnett that he can offer. I think he's technical, he's quick. I think there's a good chance it will have to be a dogfight. Like, that was the thing with when me and Scoggins fought. We technically canceled each other out. Like, we both move really good. We're quick. We've got great footwork. So when all that started, like, when all that canceled each other out, we just beat the shit out of each other, freaking, because we're technically on that same page. So nobody's getting a big advantage in that. So I just think I got way more dog than Reggie does. Like, when it comes down to that grit. I think he's technically a good boxer. He's a real good boxer. But I'm a great fighter.
He's had the professional boxing experience, and it's obviously going to come up that I believe you have more fight experience, but he obviously has more BKFC experience. Do you feel that all that experience cancels each other out? Because, like you said, you both are very technically proficient.
I don't know if it necessarily cancels each other out, but I think I think the fight experience and just being used to having to calculate so many things is just gonna plays into my advantage. Not only have I been not only have I been fighting, which I've been fighting a lot. I've been way more active than he has. So I'm a lot. I think my bare knuckle experience is a lot sharper and newer. But I also coach this. Like, there's a reason why I've got a bunch of guys coming down to the gym to get work. So I think I think my bare knuckle experience is pretty similar, just because I've been living it. I've been coaching it. He's educated hands, but I'm an educator. Like, I've been teaching people how to kick ass for over a decade.
Have you felt like at all that your style or your thought process for the sport, has that at all changed over the last year from getting in there from previously where you were coaching it?
I don't think it's necessarily changed too much. I think I think I'm good at, like, picking things apart. I like, you just gotta change everything because it just you can't coach all fighters are the same, and I can't coach myself like I would other fighters. So it hasn't really changed too much. Like, it was kind of what it's kind of what I figured. Like, I think I've really, but you gain a whole nother level of respect for the sport when you're in there doing it. Coaching it is not the same as getting hit with bare knucks.
You've been in there and you've got hit with those bare knuckles. Was it surprising that first time?
No, it wasn't surprising. Like the one thing that you do get used that you do get a little like the one big difference is the fact that it's the little grazing shots that you feel a little bit more. Because you're just taking about maybe one knuckle and it's grinding through so it's on a smaller surface area, and those are the ones that usually will cut you too. I knew there was going to be a lot more cuts and a lot more swelling. When you look at that first when you look at my eye in that first fight, it was I call it the facial vagina. It was a nice big gash. The one thing that I've always noticed about like bare knuckle is if you have any quit in you, it's going to get found out in there. Like MMA, there's so many ways to lose a fight. Boxing, guys tend to get either knockout or decision, but in bare knuckle, you see a lot of guys just not answer the bell because they've literally had enough. Because everything in there hurts. It hurts to hit them, and it hurts to get hit. And at some point, guys reach their limit when they hit the ground, and they're just not going to get back up. Not that they physically can't. It's just that they mentally can't. Like it finds you out, and if you've got any quit in you, it's gonna get found out in there. As most people saw in that Scoggins fight, there's not an ounce of quit in me.
Do you then work on those shots to think about maybe you do want to come up a little bit short in the distance to land those grazing shots because, like you say, they are so visually damaging? Is that something you work on instead of, wanting to traditionally punch all the way through to the back of the head of the opponent?
You're always you're always gonna pick your timing. Like you're not gonna load up on every shot. So we do work on some of those tapping shots. Getting stuff in their face to set up the big shots. Certain places that you do want to hit. That can cause damage. Certain places that you want to try to avoid. You just want to especially if you're thrown to the body, you want to try to avoid that hip bone. That doesn't feel nice on the bare knucks. You want to make sure that you're flicking those jabs out and just sticking them right in the eye or the orbital. Not catching those big hooks in the elbows and stuff like that. So there are some dimensions that you've got to work on as far as what you want to throw and where you want to throw it and when you want to throw it.
Now you're on the pinnacle, you're knocking on the door, fighting for that belt. Do you do a deep dive into what Reggie's style is like and see where the holes are? Or do you feel like you've already seen enough from watching him?
Yeah. I'm not one of those fighters that are stalkers. I don't care what's going on in their personal lives. I don't care if they're a nice person or an asshole. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change what my job is. It's target acquisition. All right. I got the contract. That's my target. I'm taking them down. So all I'm studying is film.
And are you deep diving into that was more what I meant. Are you picking it apart?
Yeah.
Really
and I'm
hours?
gonna break it down. Find some weaknesses. My style has always been more to lead the dance, not follow it. So, it's more just like a lot of it's just, watching out for things that I do where I could be vulnerable to counter, like especially because he's more point fighter, counter fighter. So, especially to get a good sense of that.
A lot of the guys in the sport have demonstrated a lot of aggression. Do you feel like his technical ability, his angles, that point fighting style, him having it before a lot of guys were doing it. Do you think that's what made him so successful so far in the division?
Yeah, I think that's really helped him out. Like that's the thing, especially a lot of guys when they first feel some bare knucks, brings out a little rage and they start swinging for the fences and stuff like that. Being able to manage, that raw aggression with bare knuckle, can be an advantage if, especially with a lot of with the way that a lot of the guys fight in here. But when you watch me, I'm not that type of fighter. I'm aggressive as shit, but it's just a smooth, relentless pressure where I'm not dropping my head and throwing for the fences with my head down and not caring where the punches land. I'm picking my shots and just walking down and just beating on you until you just stop getting up.
Saw you at BKFC 48. I don't think I got the chance to ask, where does that one rank in the knockouts that you've produced in your career? Where does that one rank?
It's high up there. It was fun to come into somebody's backyard and silence the crowd. I love fighting in Albuquerque. Awesome city, great fight town, like one of the best fight towns in the area. One of my first time down there, so it was I had fun. Had a great crew with me. It's up there. It's got to be top 3.
Did you walk out of Tingley Coliseum with this title fight assured? We had all known the rumors, the implications where this was next, but did you have that assurity this was what you were getting?
That it was at that point still just talks. Nothing was in writing. I don't take anything for granted. But there were talks where even Feldman said in the presser that this fight would have title implications. Most of it was alluding to it. And especially with sealing it up with the performance I had. I had a good feeling that it was coming. And that's part of the reason why I called my shot.
Calling the shot, getting the opportunity, going from the road warrior to earn it, so you have the home field advantage to get the title shot. What does it mean to have the title fight down the road from where you live, from where we're watching you right now?
It's great. I've been in this sport for a long time. I've had such a great support system here in the Carolinas. I've been, one of the main events, for almost 90% of the fights in the area for a long time. So it's great to have the opportunity to do it close to home, where a lot of people that I care about can come out and sharing this moment, sharing this experience.
One more question about Reggie Barnett. Do you feel like you are fighting the best guy in the division to get this belt right now?
Yeah, he's got that belt for a reason. I'm not taking him lightly. I'm working harder than I've always been one of the hardest workers in the sport, and I'm working even harder for this one.
And before I let you go, you told me before we started recording, got all the names that have been at the gym. A third of the card has traveled through your location. How does that change the atmosphere, the motivation? I'm guessing when you're getting those people in and they're high level also, and they're also training for that same day, it's a motivation for you too.
Oh, absolutely. That's part of the reason why, the people come here is it's just the good vibes in the gym. We're training we're training hard, but we're having fun. We're enjoying it. We're growing as fighters, working with each other, sharing info, we're working to make each other better. We're not just out here trying to collect scalps in training. One of the big things that I always preach to my guys is you don't win training, you get better in training. If you're out here trying to hurt each other, make it to the fight better than when you So we, like, I've I've just been blessed to where a lot of guys, have wanted to come in and get work. I've had Tony Soto, Trevor Loken, Holloway, John Barnard, Michael Lau. I just big portion of the cards rolled through this gym and got some work. I'm just happy to have them. They're all going to put on great performances. I'm really looking forward to the Carolinas being showcased on this upcoming card.
Is it a big change to go from coach to yourself being trainer and being student throughout the day?
No, it's easy to. I enjoy shutting it down and not having to yell at bunch of dumbasses and being a dumbass myself. Any chance I get to kind of shut the coaching off and be a student is fine by me. I can humble myself to learn and get better. As a coach, I know you're going to see more than the person doing it sometimes because you've got a better view from the outside where you're not when you're not getting hit, you're not tired, so you're going to see a little bit more. So if I shut down my coach's brain and allow myself to just intake new information from some of my other coaches, it's great. I'm all about it. I try to be one of the most coachable people on the mat because I know how frustrating it can be to be a coach and just you see the answer, you're screaming the answer at them, and a fucker's still not doing it.
That hard teaching. I've had one coach tell me it's like I'm playing a video game and the controller's broke, where you're just kind of the button and it just won't work.
Oh yeah, who the fuck inverted the controller on me?
It is. It's all switched up. What do you think this fight looks like?
I hate going the distance. Yeah, I think the deeper it goes, the more I'm going to press, the more I'm going to I just know physically that I'm in some of the best shape of my career. I know strength and power wise. There are a few guys in the division that could even touch me. I think as the fight just keeps going deeper and deeper, things are going to get better and better for me. I'm looking to end it in 4 or 5. I don't want to go to the decision.
BKFC 52. This man looks to put a strap around his waist and cap off one of the biggest rookie years we've ever seen in bare knuckle history. He's a rock star. Keith Richardson, thank you so much for the time today. I appreciate you, man.
No problem, brother. Appreciate it.